everybody. Hi Jody, thanks for coming in and tuning in today. Oh goodness, let's start that over. Hello everybody, thanks for tuning in today. My name is Katie O'Neill. Welcome to Transwest Truck Trailer and RV. I am so excited to introduce you to a spectacular model. This is a 2021 Dutch Star. This is the floor plan 4020. We really strive to give you as much information as possible. And these coaches are hard to catch these days. So this is a sold unit. Reed and Lisa have been so gracious as to allow us to go ahead and make a video, not just for you, but also for them before it heads back to its home on the East Coast. I'm really looking forward to showing you the floor plan today though. It'll be a little bit different than most of our videos, being that this is not available, but please keep in mind, I've got a number of 2021s coming in still, if you'd like to reserve one for yourself. And even better yet, I've got the 2022 floor plan guide, so if you'd like to order one custom, much like this beautiful custom paint job you'll see on the outside, we would be happy to order one for you as well. Again, my name is Katie O'Neill. I'm here at Transwest Truck Trailer RV. Again, my number is 303-562-8659. Again, 303-562-8659. And we're going to start this video now. Let me go ahead and put Brian Moritz, one of my colleagues, to voicemail real quick. There we go. And turn off my ringer. All right. Come on back, Jody. If you don't mind, I'll let you lead the way. So one of the reasons we wanted to show you this coach today is because it's really nice to see the different colors of the interiors. And our clients were very particular when they picked this out. They really wanted this glacier glazed maple wood trim, and it's not easy to come by, so it's so nice to have an opportunity to show you this coach. They actually found this coach in our Belton location. We were able to bring it in from Belton so they could take delivery here in Colorado. And we would be happy to do the same for you. So we've got 4 locations for Transwest. This is our Frederick location. We have 3 in Colorado and then 1 in Missouri as well. So please make sure when you log into our website or when you find us on YouTube that you note that we have a lot of inventory available because we're such a large organization. But one of the things I wanted to show off first is this bathroom. It's kind of fun because, Jody, if you'll pan to the right, you can show our guests that we have a shower that's in full use here. So it's really fun. I always get to show people that we have all these ledges that you can use to keep your products safe while you're driving down the road. But rarely do I have the opportunity to actually show some things in those shelves. So as you can see here, Reed and Lisa took delivery of this unit on site. They stayed for a few days, camped in the unit, got it ready, and now we're gonna bring it out to them. And I really like the fact that it's got this really nice teak bench. One of the things that I think is super useful is if you'd like to sit down and, wash your feet, potentially shave your legs. This is a really nice floor plan because it gives you a nice big restroom in the rear, and then lots of room where you can actually wash your feet and all that. So just to the right of this, you'll see we have an emergency exit. So what's so cool about this is this exit is simply unlock, pull the door handle, it swings open like a normal door, and then underneath the magnetic cover at the bottom, there's a ladder that deploys. So you'll be able to actually use that in an emergency situation, or even more so if you just want to load up things like towels and the like. And then I'm going to go ahead and scoot over in front and show you some of the great storage in this unit as well. So above here we have a really great amount of deep cabinet space, and you'll notice everything is carpet lined, so super luxurious, lots of room to keep maybe linens, towels, sheets, bedding, whatever you might like. And then over here on the left hand side you'll see that we have some nice controls. Over your control panel you'll see we've got the fan, so it does have a rain sensor, and then you've got high, medium, and low. You've got all of your light controls. Water pump is controlled here as well. And then you'll see this aquamizer. So one of the things that's interesting about the aquamizer system is this allows the coach to use the tankless hot water heater to heat your water. And you do have a very generous 75-gallon black or gray water tank on this coach, but it allows you to recycle that water until you actually take a shower. So you can use that aquamizer system to heat up your water first so that you're not filling your gray tank or using your fresh water while you're getting your water hot for your shower in the morning. And then another great feature you'll see below that is you'll see that this is the first of our 3 floor controls where we have the floor heat for high, medium, and low. So this coach does have the optional in-floor heating. That's a really great decadent feature. And then our Dometic flush is just a hand swipe over or push button. And then I love this little feature over here. I'm going to open this up. Lisa has very cutely already got some toilet paper where it belongs, so you can see kind of the execution of that little cabinet. And then here, this is a great place if you wanted to keep some cotton swabs, maybe some Q-tips, anything along those lines. And then of course we've got this fantastic medicine cabinet with a ton of room. And one of the luxury features that you'll see is not only do you once again get this beautiful carpet lined shelving, we also have a 110 outlet in the cabinet itself. It's a great place to keep your hair dryer and your curling iron plugged in. So lots of space, very convenient, super beautiful. In the 21 Dutch Stars, you'll also find we have this really nice dark metallic finish on all of our faucets and also all over the pulls throughout the coach. And there are 2 sets of drawers, so this could be his and hers. So I won't open all 3 on the other side, but it's nice to see those. And then also a great place once again to keep your linens underneath. And then wait until you see this cabinet. This is so cool. So this does have the optional safe. But man, look at how much long wardrobe hanging space you have in addition to the 2 cabinets in the bedroom. So just great storage space here. Super luxurious amounts of hanging room in this restroom. And of course that's because you've got the single sink, but the 4020 is a bath and a half model. So you do have 2 sinks in this coach. And once again, great drawer space. I don't know if you'll notice, but every time I close these, they are soft closed drawers. The quality of the cabinets that come out of Napanee, with that Amish community that puts everything together, is really second to none in this industry. When you know the difference, oh Jody, catch that, that's just our little robe hanger. Yeah, when you know the difference, you buy a Newmar, and there's a lot of reasons for that. There's a few things that are definitely worth mentioning. Customer support. So, we have Noogle with Newmar, which is basically an online version of Google made specifically for Newmar customers. We also have on this window, there's actually 2 representatives that work with Dutch Star that you can email directly or call if you've got questions. And then beyond that, we have Freightliner. So this is a Freightliner chassis. There is also an optional Spartan chassis available. But Freightliners are really fantastic at making sure they answer the phone if you've got any issues that you might need. And they also have a great online resource with an app that they offer. And we'll talk about some of the safety features and driving features that really make the difference in this coach. Comfort Drive steering, V-Ride, are just some things that really differentiate the way you're going to feel going down the road on this RV, not just in the short term, but on those long hauls. So we'll cover that as we go through this video. Next, though, I want to show you the Splendide stackable washer and dryer. And it's funny because on a lot of my videos, I'll mention that we should use this for your hamper. So lights on the top, darks on the bottom. But as you can see, that's actually happened here. So great place to store things. Also, if you're camping outside, I do recommend they have this really cool propane gas fire pit that you can use. But if you are having a campfire, which is super nice, sometimes your clothes are a little stinky, that's a great place to keep that smell from kind of cropping up and ruining the vibe on the inside of your beautiful RV. Okay, so now we're in probably, I would say, the best part of this RV. I love these really decadent backsplash or accents that you see on either side. So these sconces are so pretty. We also have lights underneath. There's a control panel right here that controls not only the lights for the cabin and for your reading lights, but also it shows you a security camera and all those other things that you might want to have up here. So this is our security light. So there's a security light here. So if you hear a noise outside, you want to kind of scare them away, you can turn that security light on. Just gives you a nice little bright, like, hey, we're in here. So I think that that's really cool. And then I also love the fact that once again, you've got this carpet light storage up here, and then a 110 outlet. Again, If you've got a CPAP machine, there's little holes that come through here. There's grommets that go from the cabinet through, so you don't have to run cords outside of these cabinets. You can just run them right through with a little hole designed for them. And then you've got openings with screens on both sides, along with your MCD shades and your screens, so your day screens and night. And then this really lovely headboard. So again, this is one of the things that I love to kind of cover with people is this is the Norfolk interior, and this is the Glacier glazed maple. And so this is just a really nice, super light, really airy design. And one of the comments that a client made when she came out was, you know, hey, this looks a lot better in person than it did in photos. So hopefully this video will kind of translate that. But if you want to see one in person, that would be an even better way to go about it. And we have a lot of great inventory right now. Again, another nice feature, we've got quite a few mirrors in the coach itself. This full-length mirror is really nice. And then once again, you've got your backlit sconces, which are just lovely. And then more wardrobe space here. And of course there's lights in all of these cabinets. And then once again, you've got these drawers. So this is the larger of the drawers, and this is the smaller of the drawers. There's going to be 3 large drawers and then 2 of the smaller drawer. And then above that, of course, you've got your high polished solid countertop and then another emergency exit. But if Jody can just pop down there, I'll show you right underneath here is where the controls are for this cover. So we've got the awnings out right now. And what's really nice about that is it offers you some privacy, and they're really easy to retract and extend. This is an optional package on this Dutch Star. I encourage you to get it. They're great even when there's adverse weather conditions. It might be really windy and maybe you can't keep your Girard awnings out or your Nova awnings out, but you can keep these out and they'll keep the sun off the coach. So in those hotter weather conditions, maybe there's a dry storm in the desert, it's kind of hot, you want to keep your windows covered, that's a great option. Of course, you've got, once again, these Samsung smart TVs throughout the coach. This RV has 3 televisions just on the inside, so it's pretty decadent. And then here, once again, oh, I don't have the light turned on, it's just right up here. Nice cabinet space. And then over here on the door, or on the wall, this is your slide control for the bedroom. This is a 3-slide unit. You've got 1 full wall slide, and then this is the bed slide for the bedroom. You'll notice, though, again, we have the floor heat, so you've got low, medium, and high, and then all of your light controls. And then I do want to show you one of my favorite features of this RV. This is such a classy, beautiful look. So you've got privacy, but you've also got light. It's just really, really decadent, quite stunning. And then on the way out, we'll also make note that there is a place here. As you can see, Reed's got a cord already plugged in down here, or not plugged in, but stored down here. And then right above that, this is a USB port, and then 2 110s. So you could also keep a water bottle down there on that nightstand. Just a really nice place to store some things. Now we did mention that we have a 1.5 bath model. So the second bathroom, one of the things that's super nice about this is you'll notice it's got a very nice Dometic toilet. It's a kind of a forward facing mount, which makes it really comfortable. And when I say comfortable, I mean you need to make sure you have, oh, I just flushed it. That was the little, sorry. So that was the little Dometic there, right there. But no, so this is nice because you need to make sure that there's room in here. And then again, there's more storage. So in our household, this would be my boyfriend's bathroom. And I would get the big one in the back, because it's got the place for the hairdryer, everything else. And then there's a little cabinet up here that has all of your electronics. So you've got your breaker box, your control panel, fuses, all very organized. And then once again, another drawer. Obviously it's pretty big. It's got a whole roll of paper towels in there. And then more cabinet space down below. And just great storage capacity. There's a roll of toilet paper there. You know, I think that what's most important about this RV is that it feels like home. And then just in case your boyfriend needs to blow dry his hair, there's a 110 outlet underneath here as well. And then there's some more in this cabinet up here. So I just love the finish of this though, the beautiful backsplash, the vessel sink. They just do a really nice job with the fit and finish of this. And you'll notice that this door pivots, and that's so that you can have entry on the road. So even when the slides are in, you have access to this bathroom, you also have access to your pantry, and you have access to your refrigerator. So that'll bring us to the galley, and you'll notice here in the galley that we have a ton of shelving. So these drawers are so deep. Lots and lots and lots of room, and they're all adjustable. And one of the things I think that's nice about them is that we used to have, instead of this push release where you push in and push out, starting in 2021, we went to a push release system. So we were able to remove the little locking mechanism here, because a lot of times people would forget to unlock it. Then they'd pull it open, they'd break the mechanism. It's a small part, it's not hard to replace, but kind of inconvenient. So this is kind of fun. Oh, I locked it. I did get a kick out of this earlier today. So we've got, look at how many Coke cans you can have in here. Pretty awesome. And then you also know that there's plenty of room for White Claws. Really important note that you have plenty of room for White Claws in your refrigerator. But no, and I normally have the blue tape still on these because they're new. But of course, Reed and Lisa were using this RV, so they've got it all kind of unwrapped. And it's just nice to be able to show you, like I love the cheese drawer. Your vegetable drawers have adjustable temperature controls as well. So this is just a really high-end residential refrigerator. This is a condiment dispenser, so you can get to the back if you've got your ketchup back there, your mustard. It comes with a water filter for your outside water dispenser, and then there's also a whole house water filter on this RV, which is super nice. The whole house water filter is just adding a second layer of filtration, so wherever you're staying you can use this refrigerator and drink the city water. So you'll notice we do have a winterizer in here, and the reason that is because we do winterize our coaches when it freezes here, which is going to again tomorrow. It's supposed to snow again, even in May. We can winterize these for you. So if you're coming out and you'd like to go camping, please note that we're a full service center. You can come out and camp in your RV. You can keep water in your refrigerator. You can stay at campsites like KOAs or MCCs that have full systems and utilities. And you can stay in really cold temperatures because this coach is going to stay super warm. It has what's called an all-electric package. So instead of having a propane tank, this coach is going to be running off of 100% electric. On this RV, we've actually installed 3 175 watt solar panels. So that's something that we can also do for you here. Newmar offers a 4-panel system that gives you 400 watts. Our 3-panel system is less expensive, and it gives you 525 watts of solar. And what that does is that helps to keep your refrigerator, your outlets charging, so you can keep your phone charging. And this is a really good place to come and go hiking. But the other thing that it comes with when you get the all-electric package is hydronic heat. So not only do you have the electric in-floor heating, just to repeat myself, yes, it is electric. A lot of people ask that question. So you've got 3-zone electric in-floor heating on this Dutch Star. So these beautiful high polished floors have 3 different areas that heat. We're in the front area. There's also an area in the bedroom and then in the bathroom. The hydronic heat, though, is different. It's actually using a fluid very similar to what you saw in the freezer. So basically, the hydronic fluid will go through a hose underneath the coach. Air will blow over that hose, and you can use your diesel tank to actually use your Oasis tankless water heater to heat that glycol mix, which is an antifreeze mix, and it will keep running underneath the coach, and then the air blows over it. So you've got your 15,000 BTU Penguin heat pumps. There's 3 of them on this coach. You've got your air conditioners, but you also have hydronic heat, which is a really nice addition that allows you to have a lot more flexibility. You don't just have to go to the beach anymore in these RVs. You can go to cold climates and be really comfortable and go out and go snowshoeing, go cross-country skiing, whatever it might be. So I think that that's a really nice feature of this RV. The other thing that you get with a hydronic or with the all-electric package is you get this really beautiful true induction all-electric cooktop. And what's so nice about this cooktop is that you can actually take this cooktop outside and plug it in, So if you wanted to make, maybe you caught some fresh trout, maybe you want to make some bacon and you don't want the whole coach to smell like bacon, you can actually take your really nice true induction cooktop outside onto your picnic table and prepare your food outside. The other thing I think that's really great is that you've got these really nice cutting boards that come with this RV, and they're just over here. They're the covers for this countertop. And as you'll note, you have so much room on this countertop, and it's really well lit. Now this kitchen is on the driver's side. That's a big differentiating factor between a 4081 and a 4020. Dutch Star makes 13 models. They make a few 37-foot models, and then they make two 40-foot models. And the big difference is actually kitchen placement. So we have this really lovely kitchen window, which is an optional feature here in the front. And we have the driver's side kitchen. So when you see that on a 40-foot Dutch Star, what that means is that 4020 model, 4081 would have it on the passenger side. All of that being said, there's a lot of nice optional features that they've included in this model as well. One of them is this dishwasher. I don't have the power turned on, but we're not plugged in this morning. Just a little too wet. But the dishwasher's there, and then you'll notice Lisa has got some of the most important features that you need to bring with you, like you need your charging cords, right? Scissors. If you want to know what you need to bring when you come to pick your RV up, there's a few things that you'll need. We have most of them in our supply shop, but scissors is one of those ones that I just never think of, and they're super useful. And then the hydronic or all-electric package also comes with this beautiful Whirlpool microwave and convection oven. So this is a nice feature. A lot of times people will say, can you actually bake in this? And the answer is 100%, and you would do the same thing that you do normally. Preheat it to 350 degrees, put your cookies in there, take your cookies out, then go ahead and microwave those vegetables. If you don't finish, fill yourself up on cookies first, you get to the vegetables later. I always say dessert first. Okay, so it's also kind of fun to see stuff in the cabinets. Behind some of this stuff, you'll notice that we do have your VIN number very conveniently listed here. And then some of your 800 numbers. Motor Coach Country Club, of course, is something that you should certainly become familiar with. If you've got a coach that's over 36 feet long and a bus type, they have some of the most beautiful locations available in the world. One thing I thought was kind of neat. So if you see this from outside, you'll notice that it's a very different color combination than what you see in most of the Dutch Stars. It's because it's a custom paint on the exterior, and they always give you all of the little extra paint pens, which is very nice. And then we'll just open these last two drawers. Look how deep those come out. So really nice storage, plenty of room for bottle openers and spatulas, and then plenty of places also to keep them. And I love this, like I mentioned earlier. I'm going to make sure this ringer is off. There we go. Sharpies. That's another beneficial item, right? A label maker would be something else. Here, as you can see, we've got one of the kitchen sink covers in its stowage place. So there are two places there to store. And I would honestly probably leave maybe one of these at home and use that for a little baking pan, but to each their own. And then I love, Lisa's already got some supplies in here, so it's just kind of nice to see how all of those things fit. And we already covered that one. So we do have a residential style faucet with both spray and pour. And then I love this really deep basin that you have, and you also have, of course, the vegetable sink, which is really nice. And then that'll bring us over to the other important aspect to any bedroom, or I'm sorry, any galley, and that's going to be the dining area. So this extendable table has two leaves, and I'm going to check. I'm not sure where they've got them stored. They might still be underneath the bed here. Yeah, here they are. So as you can see, these are two very nice sized leaves and two additional chairs. So this table seats 6 really comfortably. And so we have a saying in the RV industry, 6 for drinks, 4 for dinner, 2 to sleep. I will show you how this bed converts, but we won't tell anybody because it's always nice to have some privacy in the evening. But if you've got guests, this does have additional sleeping room and plenty of room for a dinner party. Beyond that, Both of these chairs full out. This can be used for a number of different things. If you want to keep dry goods in here, you could. You've got such a big pantry, I don't know that it would be necessary. But I do think it'd be a great place, for instance, if you wanted to be working on the road, you could keep your laptop here. You could even keep a monitor down here so that if you wanted to, you know, open up your office, you could have a larger desk. And this is a really comfortable place to sit as well. And you'll notice that outside of the window, once again, I have one of those awnings drawn, and this covers the entire bank of windows on the passenger side. So really great sun protection. Just a nice thing that you can have. I really encourage you to consider this option. And then these windows, when the slide is out, open, so you've got cross ventilation the whole way through this cabin. So very, very nice and comfortable living accommodations. And then here above the coach, you also have on the 4020, a little bit of storage there. And another one here. I would probably recommend, I think you could keep, you know, dry bar up here, or you could keep your cups. Be a nice place to keep your glasses. And then I'm gonna go ahead and pop up this televator. There we go. Get that to rise. Now, one of the things that we were able to do for Lisa and Reed while they left their coach for us is we did install the receivers. So we've got our receivers set up for both the TV in the bedroom and then here in the front of the coach as well. We also installed something called a cradle point, which is nice. And in 2022, it's really important to understand that's going to be one of the differentiating features. We will not supply you with Blu-ray players anymore. We've got a lot of 4K TVs in these coaches now. Most people that are using their coaches are using Wi-Fi. So we've added a cradle point to this unit, which will give Lisa and Reed the ability to work on the road. They can actually do Zoom calls while driving, or they could use it to download their favorite series if they're catching up on Game of Thrones or something like that. And then just a little more storage up here as well. Maybe keep some board games up here. I saw that Lisa had cards in her drawer. And then this is an important feature. When we were doing our research, Lisa had a lot of questions for me, like, how big is the bed? So it was fun because I was able to kind of help her out and send over some videos where I pulled out a measuring tape and sent measurements so she could be prepared in advance of her trip out here. And she really was. I mean, they came here, they camped, they had a great time. They were such wonderful guests to have. They stayed at our little campground. But you know, one of the things that we can offer to you is if you reach out to me, I'm more than happy to send you information about the size of everything so that you know what to bring with you and what you'll need. So here is that bed. And so this is a really nice size bed for company. So if you do end up having company, as you can see, plenty of room here. And you could easily sleep two. I've got more room at the bottom for my feet. But yeah, just a really nice size guest bed for this coach. Like I said, it blends in really well. No one needs to know that you could have them on that 3-week road trip with you. And if they find out, they'll probably want to come because this is a super luxurious way to live. I can't speak highly enough of the caliber and quality of the Newmar product. And then the other feature that they were really interested in is this fantastic theater seating package that we have. So when I say theater seats, like, I am not even kidding. Take a look at how much recline you get here. And I've had clients that actually specifically purchased, oh, they're both blue? Hold on, let's cycle through. Let's get this to pink. Oh, maybe I know Lisa would like to do. So this RV's name is Lady Liberty. So we'll go ahead and do some blue and red. Hence my outfit for the day. Reed, Lisa, I hope you noticed that I did dress up for the occasion. There we go. Red, white, and blue for Lady Liberty. And then let's take a look at how amazing this theater seating is. So people ask a lot, could you sleep in here? And I see this comment come across Facebook the other day, and it has to be repeated because it was so funny. The response was, Of course they're comfortable to sleep in as long as you've had enough margaritas. So there's the answer. No, they're comfortable. I don't know. I'd probably sleep on that bed, but you know, everyone's got their own thing. Okay, so this is the information we provide to you. We give you all the scan codes for your dish setup, and then you know, we label which ones go where for you, so you know where your TV control should go. And then also, this is kind of what the cradle point box looks like. And then I'll show you what you'll need is if you do the cradle point, you just get this little SIM card from Verizon or from AT&T. And what that does is it allows you to carry an extra phone line or two. You can hold up to two SIM cards in each one of these units. So the cradle point, you could have AT&T coverage and Verizon coverage, and you could buy as much bandwidth as you need or as much data as you need. So you can, like when we were on our road trip, we used the cradle point only for Stella Rose's laptop while she was doing her Zoom calls. And we actually took it off of her phone because we found her actually watching Netflix, which we didn't really need her to be doing when she was supposed to be in class, A. But B, it was just a lot of data use while we were on the road. So we only use that password protected cradle point hotspot for our computers instead of using it for our phones. So, you know, you can set it up however you like, but it's really nice that it's customizable. And if it's important for you to be available on the internet because you are working from the road, being able to have both AT&T and Verizon is great because you're not limited to one cell phone coverage area. So if there's one place that has better coverage, you can set it up so it'll toggle back and forth between the two, which is very useful. I wanted to kind of show off, I think, the Idness family does such an amazing job at taking care of all of their guests, but here at Transwest, we provide a really beautiful welcome package and gift bag. It's got some oatmeal in it, a bottle of wine, so you can celebrate and have breakfast the next day. But that's the gift that comes with purchase when you take delivery of your RV here, along with a 2.5 to 3 hour walk with Gary Movellin. You've got 24-hour customer support, of course, through Newmar, through Freightliner. But then in addition to that, we also have a gentleman by the name of Bill Habercorn who's available to answer questions for you as they come up. And so you just got this huge amount of support so that when you buy your RV, instead of just getting out there on the road and kind of feeling like, oh man, what if I can't remember how to put my hydraulic leveling jacks down? You know, do I put my slides in first or do I put them out afterwards? You know, all those questions that come to mind, you've got someone you can reach out to. In addition, of course, to me, your sales associate, who's always happy to answer text messages or phone calls. I take text messages 24 hours a day. I just don't normally get back to them until I wake up in the morning. So please feel free. If you've got questions, send me a text message, shoot me an email. I'm very, very responsive. Okay, so we've kind of covered the front of this coach here. Let me grab my clipboard, Jody. I just want to show a few things that I have here. So this is something that I would be happy to email to you. One thing that I do is I do take notes for all of these RVs that talk about all the different features on them. So for instance, I'll cover the 105-gallon freshwater tank, the 75-gallon gray water tank, I know we've already mentioned that, 55-gallon black water tank, 100-gallon fuel capacity. So we talk about all of these different things during this video. Oasis continuous on-demand hot water, I know we covered that. We covered the floor plans. The other thing I can send to you though is what do you get with a Newmar Dutch Star tag axle? And then you can read about brake sync, which comes standard on this vehicle. You can read about V-Ride, Ultra Steer, all of these nice features that come specific to this unit and this model, which is for plans 4002, 418, and then 4020. And then also it talks about the Cummins engine, the 8.9 liter with 450 horsepower, the 1,250 foot-pounds of torque. It talks about the hitch rating of 15,000 pounds, the type of tires that are on the vehicle, as well as the tire size. So all of these features are really nicely available through the Freightliner custom chassis app and also online, and I'll be happy to send those over to you. And then we also will send you a copy of a window sticker. So if you'd like to see what features are included on that RV, what the base MSRP is, versus the suggested retail price or MSRP. This coach originally was $490,578. As you can see, it just kind of goes through all the different things that are listed on the RV, you know, Euro booth, theater seating, and then also it talks about which tray storage it has, the Girard package of awnings, a kitchen window. So these are just nice features, and we can email this information over to you because not all RVs are created equal, and there may be features that are important or not important to you. If you're a client that wants everything, we do tend to order our coaches pretty heavily equipped. But if you're looking to save money, one thing I can encourage people to think about that they don't normally think about is if you've got a little bit of time, if you've maybe got a nice RV that you really like already and you're trading it in, or if you're new to RVing, you can order an RV that has very specific equipment to you on what you like and save a lot of money and not having ancillary options that you don't need. So please keep that in mind, and we love to custom order coaches. I'd say out of our incoming inventory of Newmar product, about 50% of it will be custom order for people. So you can custom order the exterior colors, you can custom order the interior colors, you can change out, you know, if you want to have a different floor in here, for instance, or you like a different color of wood. All of those options are very easily changed and specified for you. Okay, so let's go to the front here. One difference between the 2020 and 2021 model is going to be that you get these much bigger screens. So this is going to be very good for, I swear I turned that ringer off. So this is going to be very different and very enhanced for your rear view camera and your side camera. So when you put your left and right turn signal on and you're looking at that video on the side, this is definitely going to help you to be able to have better visibility. And then also you'll notice that this menu is really easy to use. It's touchscreen, camera control, radio control, so really nice navigation control. And as you can see, it's very, very visible, very easy for the driver to see, and it's also got a driver-centric focus, which is nice. All of your visor shades, you know, your front fan. I know a lot of people ask me where the fans are. We still have fans. They just don't look like fans anymore. They're integrated above here. Locking. You can select your camera. So there's different camera settings. You can have a 360 overhead, which is really nice. And then down here in the drawer, you can keep your wallet. You can maybe keep, you wouldn't need a charging cord. There's actually a docking station up here. There's actually a charging pad. But you can keep lots of things in these little drawers. And I'm going to turn the ignition on just briefly so that we can take a look at this dash, because one of my favorite features that they have now is they've gotten rid of the hard gauges. And anyone who's got a newer, you know, BMW, Audi, you know, Honda, most of these vehicles these days have these really great digital dashes. But I love that you've got your tire pressure right here available to you, so you can see what your tire pressure monitor says. You can tell the parking brake's on. You've got your RPMs. You can also have a digital display for your speed, which is super nice. So I love this new dash. This is much more informative. And then I love that you can also change the pedal adjustment. So if you are what I would say is vertically challenged like myself, you can bring that brake pedal and gas pedal closer to you or put it further away if you're taller. So you can really get comfortable while you're on the road in this RV. Now your Allison transmission is still 6-speed, but you'll notice that it's stock controlled now. So drive, neutral, and reverse are here in your stock, and then so is your engine brake. So you've got high, medium, and low. A lot of times in the past we've only had 2 settings. This medium setting is actually really, really effective for most driving situations, and then I use this in the mountains, and then around town you can use low. So I'm in medium most of the time, but if I'm driving in stop and go traffic, maybe I'm going to Walmart or Safeway before I get to my campground, that low setting is really nice. And if I'm going down a really steep hill, the high setting is nice, but freeway driving and the like, medium's a really great place. And then of course you've got your lights, and you do still have a USB input right here and an auxiliary input as well. And then over here you'll see I've got tag dump on. I'm going to go ahead and put that back to auto. But so you've got your power window, which is really, really nice. And then once again, your hydraulic leveling jacks, your left and right mirror control, and these are heated exterior mirrors. These convex mirrors are really nice. They give you phenomenal visibility. Of course, that coupled with your 360 overhead camera is amazing. Another feature that's on here that's worth mentioning is that we do have the toll module. So the universal toll module, if you see that, what that means for you is that as you're driving cross country, it kind of takes all those tolls, unites them, and sends them to one billing address, which is really nice to have. And then above here, oh, see, I'm going to turn this off right now. I always forget before we go outside. So here is your brains. That's right. So this is where you're going to be able to see digital outread of your tanks. You can also see your HVAC system, and then you've got your slide controls. So we'll go ahead and bring those in right now. Jody, if you want to turn around and show everybody what that looks like. So these are really important. One of the things that you get when you have this this Dutch Star level coach is you'll notice no carpet. So you've got all tile floors, and what makes that possible is these hydraulic slides. So they actually raise first and then they slide in, and they're really quite magnificent. So that is a big difference in the Dutch Star versus the Ventanas, the elimination of carpet. Now you can still get the 450 horsepower, 1,200 foot-pounds of torque, but man, is it nice to have. There we go. It's like, I know I'm not quite in there, but it's really nice to have no carpet in this unit, and this unit has 0 carpet. Okay, so I think we're all the way in here on both sides. Yeah, there we go. And I'm also going to use this. So right here is also where you'll see I can retract my awnings. And I know Jody always does a great job at getting a nice look at these up from outside before he comes in. But as you can see, I'll bring those in right now. And I think that it's funny, we must be in a little bit of a lull in this storm. There's no rain right now. I could probably put these Girard awnings out, but I'm not going to. But as you can see, that's where your channel control is. And you've got 2 incredibly long awnings that cover the full expanse of the exterior. So you'll see that when we get out there. Here's your inverter, wine guard system. This is, again, that hydronic heat. And this is your tankless hot water heater, which would give you endless hot water. Here's your wine guard traveler. And then above that, that is going to be that cradle point that we talked about earlier. So that's where all of that is. So once again, just a really nice central control for everything. And then an optional 43-inch Samsung television. Once again, beautiful. You'll notice also that we have our queen seat here. This is a standard feature in 2021. It will not be standard in 22. So if you like this larger seat that is heated, it is an optional feature, and you'll want to make sure you make mention of that, because the queen seat nor heat will be standard in the 2022 model. And then here, once again, a USB input along with a charging dock. I love this step cover. I'll go ahead and put that out, and then Jody will have to squeeze past me just to look at how this works, because I've got the desk out as well. But so there's your step cover, so really comfortable for while you're driving, or if you've maybe got pooches. And then this is really nice. You can actually take this, drop it down ever so gently, and then slide it back out of the way, and you don't need to have it in place unless you like it. There are, again, some 110 outlets back here. And then this is a master control where you can turn all the lights on and off right here. And then, of course, you've got shade covers all the way down. There we go, back up. And then more storage here as well. So you can keep your baseball caps up here, as well as we've got face masks here ready for, of course, dealing with the elements of COVID. Hopefully that'll be passed pretty soon. Let me go ahead and pull the step cover in. So super simple. And then I would like to, Jody, if you don't mind, I'm going to squeeze past you. Can we maybe trade places just so I can show the walking area before we go outside? And I'll let you get a head start on me afterwards. But so this is really nice to know. So yeah, so first of all, you can get through really easily the whole way down. There's tons of room here in the galley. So if you'd like to make a sandwich, do some dishes, you can do your laundry while you're driving. That's an important question I get asked a lot. But you also have access, once again, to the restroom. So that's a really nice feature. Super, super handy. And yeah, so that brings us, I think, to the conclusion of the outside. Jody, I'll meet you outside. Okay, so here I am. So one of the things that's really nice is you've got these rails that you can hold on to go in and out. But also here, Newmar gives you a doorbell. So if you can hear that. So you've got, know when you've got company, and then you also have a keypad here. You can change this code so that you can make it your own, and then you don't have to bring your keys with you. If you're gonna go kayaking or something like that, maybe hiking and it's a little bit wet outside, you can leave your keys in the coach, go ahead and head out. And then I'll go ahead and close this up. Oh, I forgot to close the bedroom slide. Oh well, I always forget one. So this is gonna be dual fill, and I think we talked about this. So on the 37 and 40 foot models, you'll have a 100-gallon gas tank. If you get up into that 40 foot length, so that 40/20 or the 40/81, you will have a tag axle and a 100-gallon tank. If you go into the 43 foot length on the Dutch Star, you'll actually have a 150-gallon fuel tank. So just to note that. Oh, hold on, let me unlock. So you've got power locks. If I put this coach in drive or reverse, it actually will automatically lock my my doors underneath, which is great because it's definitely something I might forget. And we won't spend too much time outside today, but I did want to show you, this is the optional 3 cubic foot freezer on a slide. And if you're going to be taking those longer road trips, it's really nice to be able to store you know, chicken, hamburgers, hot dogs, all those things that you might want to take with you on your road trip. Somebody told me vodka the other day, and I was like, hey, you know, it doesn't freeze. Good idea. So right there, that plugs in here. This is your Dometic plug, but this is also a great place to plug in and plug in your paddleboard pump. So if you're going to be doing some paddleboarding, that's super nice. And then you'll notice we also have what I consider to be a must. They picked this up in our shop. This is a great little adjustable step stool that you can use it to sit down when you're like cleaning out the gray water tanks, black water tanks. And then you'll notice there's a lot of things that, hey, Branch 5, Katie O'Neill. Reed and Lisa sent a ton of stuff to us through Amazon. I'm more than happy to have you send packages out in advance. If you order sheets in that need to be washed, I'm happy to wash those for you. Our facility does have 2 washer and dryer units on point, so if you're here for an oil change, you can actually come in, get your service done on your camping trip, and then do laundry while you're waiting for everything else to be finished. So as you can see, some great use of space here. And then that is a bottle of the hydronic fluid for the Oasis system. I really encourage you, if you mention that you watched this video before you take delivery of your RV, I'll include one of those for you for free. That's how much I think you should have one with you. It's one of those items that you might really need on a trip, and Amazon can't deliver liquids as quickly as they can other packages. And depending on where you're camping, it might be hard for you to get things that same day, and that's running your hydronic heating system. So definitely want to make sure you have enough fluid. So here, there we go. We've got our 4th television and Bose soundbar. Once again, this is so nice because this keeps it covered so that you're not dealing with the overshadow or the light, even if you can't put your awning out. So super handy there. Great place to watch the football game. We talked a little bit about this tag axle. So on a 40 foot model, when you leave 37, you go into the 40 foot. So the 40/20 or the 40/81 are both going to come with a tag axle. So will anything over 40 feet. And what this does is it substantially increases your tow capacity. So you can flat tow just about any vehicle behind this RV at any of the sizes. But if you want to have a heavier trailer, or maybe you want to have something like a nice boat, this really gives you a great amount of additional support. It acts almost like a cantilever, so you don't get that pushed down as much, so it gives you better towing capacity and also a little bit better ride quality. Now in the back here we have what's called V-Ride, and it's almost like a U-shaped joint that helps to prevent that tipping feeling that you would have when you're going through the Rocky Mountains. This is a great mountain RV. It's got tons of torque. But this tag axle also increases your road quality when you're going over bumps. And then with Comfort Drive, what that does is it keeps the steering wheel positioned straight ahead. So if you have crosswinds when you're going down I-80, you know, when you're driving cross country, instead of feeling really fatigued when you get there, you've had this really nice, comfortable drive. You've got U-Ride on it. But most importantly, that comfort drive system really reduces driver fatigue and lets you stay on the road longer so you can get to another destination all that much sooner. So I really encourage you, if you haven't driven a Newmar, that is the #1 comment I get from people who have driven their Newmar for the first 2 or 3 weeks after having it and having had a different manufacturer. The #1 comment they say is, "Oh my gosh, comfort drive is like life-changing," and I can't speak highly enough of it. We have a really nice frontage road here, great test driving area. We're right off of I-25, so we're right in the heart of the country. Please make a trip, come out and see us. I'd love to show you how that works. So back here you'll have your DEF tank as well. So you've got 10 and 15 gallon DEF tanks depending on the length of your coach. Super nice. So you've got dual fill, you can fill your DEF tank. Here you've got your chassis batteries. And then this is your on and off switch. So if you turn off your house batteries and then come back here and turn off your chassis, this makes it very easy to store your RV. And then back here, you'll notice that we have this little black cap. So this is gonna be that brake system that we were talking about that comes standard on the 2021 model on the Freightliner. And then of course you've got your plugs, you've got your big hitch here. I've popped this bad boy down. Let me see if I can do it with, oh, it's all wet in there. Hold on, here we go. So I love that you can see here the marriage of the Cummins engine. So again, this is an 8.9 liter Cummins, and you can see that that's married to this Freightliner chassis. Anything in red is going to be that Cummins engine. Again, that's 450 horsepower. It's 1,250 foot-pounds of torque. It's a nice lit area. It's very, very easy to access your engine oil, your power steering fluid. Here's your hydronic heat and your hydronic fluid right there, so you can just make sure that that's as full as it needs to be before you hit the road. This is an amazing rear view. As you can see, everyone will know that you are driving one of the best products available in the RV industry. You're in your Newmar, you're in a beautiful Dutch Star, just a very, very attractive and well done rear here. Your radiator is integrated into the side of the coach. Here's your other filling station for your DEF. So if you're at a gas station that has DEF on one side or the other, you've got dual access. This is going to be where you keep your hoses, so you could keep a gravity hose here if you don't have SantaCon, so you don't have to have it be dirty. And then, once again, here's that SantaCon system. And this is what it looks like when the coach is winterized. That's the overflow tank. And then you'll notice that we have H and C here. So this coach does have a hot water line. That's an optional feature to the exterior, so you have a hot shower outside as well as inside. And then of course there is your whole house water filter. It'll screw in here when this coach is de-winterized. And your power hose reel. And you do have a power hose reel on this, a power cord reel on this RV as well. So your 50 amp has a little button here. It's very easy to extend. And what's nice about this is when you retract it, if it's dirty or cold, it's not your hands that have to get involved. I would encourage you to keep a set of gloves outside, so that's another one of those things you want to bring with you when you come to pick up your RV. And then here's your Oasis system. So this is what's providing that hydronic heat to your coach. And then this is just the other side. As you can see, and I'm sure you realize that that is the same box that was on the other side. So really nice, great access for loading this up if you want to keep a barbecue underneath or anything along those lines. We've got our LED lights in here as well, so that you don't have to go fiddling around and looking for lights if you get, to your campground late at night. And then here we have 8 house batteries, and they are on a slide, which is really easy to access. So you just pull these pins, they come right out. So if they need to be serviced, or if you like to service them yourself, you've got really good access points, super simple. Of course, less time for the technicians means less money out of your pocket, which we love. Here's that second diesel filling station. So this is, again, you've got a 100-gallon fuel tank on this RV. This cabinet here has all of your electronics. So what you didn't find in the bathroom, you'll find out here. And then this little release right now here, that would be for your generator. And your generator is located in the front of this coach, underneath the driver's side. Or sorry, underneath the hood. Uh-oh. Am I missing something here? There we go. All right, so this little guy here is your side view camera. So this is gonna show you if you've got someone on your left side or your right side. And then once again, you've got that 360-degree camera. So there's the top camera. So you've got cameras the whole way around this RV. There's one right down in the middle underneath that light. There's one here. And what that does is it gives you an overhead view. So when you're parking, this is a really easy RV to park. Again, you've got this fantastic, huge windshield, gigantic windshield wipers, beautiful moniker of Dutch Star and Newmar. I hope that this has helped you to see what's available. Like I said, this may be a sold unit. Thank you so much, Reed and Lisa, for letting us make this video so people could see that spectacular interior you were so set on. I think it was a wonderful choice. I know you're going to have a lot of happy miles. But again, thank you so much for tuning in today to see the 2021 Dutch Star 40/20 floor plan. Again, my name is Katie O'Neill. I'm at 303-562-8659. Again, 303-562-8659. Please feel free to call me with any questions or needs. I'd be happy to make videos for you, answer questions. And this coach is going to go off to the East Coast. We send them to the West Coast. We're right in the middle of the country. I sold one last week to somebody who's actually going to store it here in Colorado. So they've got a central launching place. They bought a unit out here that has a 50 amp plug that's completely covered. We'd love to help you make those same arrangements and welcome you to the Transwest family. Thanks for signing on today, guys.